Hi, welcome back. I'm glad to see you today. I'm very glad you could join me. Today I think we'll do a fantastic little painting that I think will make you happy and do good things for you. I'm going to have them graphically run all the colors across the screen, and they'll come across your screen in the same order that I have them on my palette, starting with a white and going around. And while they're doing that, let's go up here and let's do a fantastic painting together. I'm going to start today with a little bit of phthalo blue and just work it into the bristles. There we go. Let's add to that a little bit of Van Dyke brown just to dull it down. So we have phthalo blue and Van Dyke brown. We'll go up to the canvas and we'll just drop a happy little sky in here. Just using little crisscross strokes. Just work it around, let it play, have fun. There we are. Okay. Now we've already covered the canvas with magic white, so the color is mixing with the magic white, and automatically it gets lighter toward the horizon as we're painting. Isn't that easy? We have a very basic, quick little sky in. And while I have this dirty color on the brush, tell you what, I'll add a little more brown, a little more blue, and let's go right down here. And we'll just do that. There we go. Okay, now clean the brush, and we clean our brushes with odorless paint thinner. And there's a screen in the bottom of my can. And I scrub the brush against that screen, and that removes the solid particles from the brush and keeps your paint thinner relatively clean. Now with a clean brush, we can just blend this out. Just like so. Let it go, let it go. And let's put a happy little cloud or two in the sky. What the heck? What the heck? And today, maybe we'll put a little cloud in the sky using the 1-inch brush. And we'll just pull that brush through the paint, load a lot of paint, a little permanent red into it. That'll brighten it up, a little sunshine. Okay, let's go up to the canvas here. And maybe there's a beautiful little cloud, and he lives right there. Little tiny circles with a brush. And don't stay in one spot, keep working. Don't want to create the big cotton balls in the sky. We want fluffy, happy little clouds. Just let it work around here and play, have fun. Okay, maybe right up here there's another little cloud that comes right down. Wherever you want them, wherever. Okay, maybe you don't want this side to get lonely, so we'll just drop one right here. That'll give you a little practice making these little clouds. They're a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Now let's go back and take a large brush and very lightly here, I'm just going to blend the bottom out a little. Let all these colors blend together. Don't overwork these. Just blend it a little, get away from it. It shouldn't look finished at this point. There we go. Now we'll fluff it up. Just lift it. Well, maybe we'll fluff this one this way. Whichever. Lift it up, fluff it out. And then very lightly, just caress the canvas lightly. See, ain't that easy? That easy. You can make some very effective, beautiful little clouds. Okay. I'm gonna wash this brush real quick. And let's take a fan brush today, and we'll have some fun. Maybe we'll put a little thinner on the fan brush, and I'm gonna go right into a little bit of phthalo blue and alizarin crimson, and we'll just mix this on the brush. Blue with crimson, put a small amount of white in there so we can see what color we got. And I'm looking for a lavender color, more into the blue hue. A little bit more blue than crimson. Okay, but the paint is quite thin here. Let's go up to the canvas. Maybe there's some distant little trees that live way back here. And we'll just tap. And just lay them little rascals in there, wherever you want them, wherever. These are very far away, very soft. Don't want too much detail. Just drop them in, like so. That's all there is to it. Just let it happen. Okay, now I'm going to add a little more of the crimson. I'm going to go a little more into the crimson side, just to break it up so it's not all one flat color. Maybe right there. Right there. Just let these little things happen. Let them come right out of your brush. And we're not looking for detail, once again. We're really just looking for some background shapes here. And wherever you think they should be, that's where they ought to be. Okay, now I want to create some mist in here, so I'll take the large brush and just tap the bottom of this. And this is quite firm. I'm hitting the canvas pretty hard right here. This will make a nice, soft, misty appearance. And let a little of that go up into the sky so it looks like little leaf trees that are far, far away. Far away. And we lift up just to soften that mist and bring it together. And that easy, that easy. We got a nice little background. And with the same old dirty brush, let's add to that color. Let's add some Van Dyke brown and some burnt umber. And I'm just mixing these on the brush. A lot of paint, a lot of paint. Okay, let's go up to the canvas here. And maybe, there it is, right there. Maybe there's a tree here that you can make out a little more detail. This paint's still quite thin. There. Thin paint will stick to a thick paint. See there. Add a little sap green to that too. There, good, good, nice. Just let these little things happen. There, maybe right there. There he is, there he is. Just let these come right out of your brush. Maybe there's a bigger one here. This is your world, so wherever you want a tree or a bush, that's where it ought to be. Drop it in. Okay, now I'm going to take that old big brush again and just tap the bottom. I want to soften this also. I want this to be a very soft, quiet painting. It's unbelievable the way you can create beautiful, beautiful misty effects, and so simple. I used to work myself to death trying to make misty effects, and it's easy. And people would never believe you could do it with such a big brush, so quick, and so much fun. Okay. Alrighty, alrighty. Maybe. We'll go right into a little bit of, I'll take a little sap green, little crimson, just all these colors, and just maybe it's a small amount of yellow. And let's begin making some little background things happening way back here. Just let them go. Very soft. This is just undercolor. There. Okay. Now then. I'm going to add a small amount of paint thinner to my brush. Well, we got burnt umber going here, Van Dyke brown, small amount of yellow into it. And we can just begin laying in all kinds of beautiful little shapes. And let things start getting darker as they get closer to you. So just let all these beautiful little things happen. Let the color sort of work back and forth. And wherever you want it to go. At this point, we really don't have to make any big decisions. A little bit later on, we're going to have to make some decisions about where all these land masses go. But not yet. Not yet. Don't even worry about it right now. Just drop in some background color. Okay. Now then, I'm going to go with the same old dirty brush. I'm going to go right into some cad yellow, Indian yellow, little yellow ochre, sap green, and I'm just mixing them all right here on the brush. And just touch, tap, tap. Okay, let's go back up to the canvas here. Now I want to put a little highlight on here. Just barely touching. Barely touching. Now if your paint will not stick, add a little bit of paint thinner. Small amount. Small amount. But don't do that unless your paint will not stick. Okay, maybe right in here. I'm going to add a little more green and yellow to that. I want it to be a little softer and stand out a little bit more. There. There we go. Now, we're going to have to start making some big decisions. What's happening in here? Well, let's mix up a very dark color. So I'm going to use phthalo green, and alizarin crimson. And about equal amounts. Now these two colors mixed together will make black. Very dark and very transparent. Beautiful color. Okay. Now we'll go back, get the old fan brush here, and I'm going to go right into that good dark color, load a lot of paint in the brush. A lot of paint. Maybe. There it is. Little tree lives right there. Little tree. Little tree. Sometimes it helps to make the whole trunk, and that sort of gives you a guide, and you can go right in there and decide where all your little happy limbs are. And trees aren't always perfect. You know, limbs don't grow equal on both sides. They don't grow to the same length. Maybe it was a bad year. Maybe there wasn't much water. Maybe it's too much water. Trees just, they grow however makes them happy. And maybe one was happy here and grew. There he is. There he is. See how easy they are to make? All I'm doing is tapping with a fan brush. There we go. Maybe. Give him a friend. Don't want him to get lonely back here. Don't want him to be lonely. Now then, let's put some little leaf indications. Once again, they grow however makes them happy, so they're not always perfect, they're not always exactly even. There. Okay. And this dark color helps give your painting a little more interest. Really will make it look good. Okay, maybe wherever you want a tree. Maybe, shoot, there's one right there. There it is. Just as many trees as you want. This is your world, so just drop them in. Let them go. Let them happen. Have fun. Have fun. Do. Sometime I get carried away and start singing, forget there's a microphone on. Right. Now go back into some yellow, green, and we can clean up their little foots here. And the more you tap this, the softer it'll become. So maybe at home, when you have unlimited time, you really want to take some time and tap till you make these just as soft. It can almost look like velvet. So add a little permanent red to our color. Might as well have some fun back here. There. Let some little things happen. Maybe. Right there, there's some little bushes and stuff that grow. Just touching. Wherever you want them. A little bush here and there. Ooh, there's a pretty one. A little bit of permanent red in that one makes him sparkle. Maybe, right over here. Just put some little things in the background. Break it up a little so it's not a straight line. Pick up a little of that dark, because there's a shadow under these trees. They just don't stand out here. There's a shadow there. See, now I've got dark on one corner and highlight on the other, so I can put a shadow in and then blend it right into the painting. Okay, let's take a clean fan brush. I'm gonna put a little bit of white on it, and right up in here, maybe there's a little path that goes right on around the corner. We don't know where it goes. Wherever it wants to go. Now see, you're picking up a lot of this grass color and pulling it right into that. See, and it all blends together, makes beautiful little things happen. Let them go. Don't fight with it. Let the canvas work. this is where it happens. This is, you're depending on it picking up this color. Don't fight with it. Let it happen, let it happen. See how easy that is? Now, we can begin playing here a little more with all these little grassy effects. If you want one to stand out, make it a little bit brighter, and then it'll pop right out there. Just all kinds of beautiful little things happening. There we go. Okay. See, told you it was easy. You know, we get so many letters from people that are painting along with us. And I said, Bob, you were telling us the truth. It does work. And it'll work for you. If you haven't tried it, give it a try. You'll find that it's fantastic, and you can do paintings that you never believed possible. And you can do them. There we go. We'll put a little highlight right over here. A little bit. Maybe another little bump. So you can divide these up as many times as you want. And don't worry about this. Anything you don't want, you just take your fan brush and blend it right into the ground area. This is your world, and you can do anything in your world. Anything. Look at there. See, you can let a little of that play up in there. So it's not all just perfectly straight. And as many years as I've painted, I still get excited when I see these things happen. It's so fantastic. Okay, tell you what, maybe we'll just use a fan brush. Maybe there's a bush that lives right here. We need some dark underneath. I'm just using the black that's on the fan brush. You could use a brown, whatever color you want. All you need is a dark color though, so the light will show. And we'll put a happy little bush right there. Then, let's lay some highlights on it. And I'll just use the corner of the large brush. It works fine. It works fine. Covered up our little red bush back here that we like so much. Let's go into a little yellow ochre. Change the color a little. Just play back and forth between the ochre and the cad yellow and the Indian yellow. And just let all these little things happen. And you don't worry about it. Don't try to plan them. Don't try to plan them. Let them go. Okay. Let's have some fun. Maybe there's a few great big trees in here. Let's go right into some Van Dyke brown. It's a beautiful, beautiful chocolate brown. Maybe, gotta make some decisions. There he is. We knew he was there. All I'm going to do is just tap. Just tap with a fan brush. Put in some dark. Right down like that. There we go. Now, I have several fan brushes going, so I'm going to get another one here and put some white on it and a little burn umber. White burn umber. There we go. Just load a lot of paint into the brush. Let's go up to the canvas. And we want a light side on this tree. So we'll just come right down this side. See there? Come right on down. Right on down. And you can make him as big or as small as you want. It's your tree. Okay, just sort of let it play around in there. And then I'm going to go back into my brown and let the brown play around. So they just sort of come together. There we go. Can't tell where one color starts and the other one stops. And it makes your tree look round. Now we need some limbs on that big old tree. So let's go right into some brown here, maybe. Maybe there's a nice big limb that comes right out through here. Now you could use your liner brush to do this if you wanted to. If you're using a liner brush, you might need to put a little paint thinner or a little thin oil with it, the paint, to make it slide off that brush easy. There, give him a little arm. There we go. Maybe there's another one right there. Whatever. Make a decision, drop him in. There's one, there's one. And maybe some little short ones here and there, wherever you want them. And it helps add some character. We want this to be a strong, almighty tree. Let's give him a little foots down here. And then we'll tap, pick up a little of that dark. That'll help create the illusion of a shadow. We need a shadow back here. Okay, that was so much fun. Let's go over to the other side. Let's go to the other side of the canvas. Maybe we'll just do another tree. Big tree. And maybe he only lives half on the canvas and half off. And this is a huge tree. Big tree. There we go. Just tap. I want the edges to be fuzzy. I don't want them to be sharp. Because on evergreen trees, you have all these little things that hang off the side. Or at least where I live. If you want them smooth, that's probably easier than making them fuzzy. Just pull down, make a straight line. My home's right outside of Fairbanks, Alaska, in a little town called North Pole. That's where Santa Claus lives. There we go. And back to our brown and white. And we can begin working some of that in. Just work it in. So even though we can't see it all, there's still light hitting this side, so don't leave that off. Make your tree look flat if you do that. We want it to be round and strong and very pretty. Okay, now, let's give him a nice arm. He needs some arms too. Maybe one comes right off here. I tell you what, I like to make limbs that come right back around here and drop right over the tree. So there's some in the front too. This is a big, strong limb. Maybe there's all kind of things hanging off of it. Oh, these old trees sometimes get all kind of little hangy downs. Good word for it. When you don't know, you make up a word. Just make it up. Good word. I use it frequently when I'm trying to explain evergreens because they have all these little things that hang off of them, hangy downs. Okay, now we can take our brush that has the light color on it, and let's put a little highlight on this big limb. He needs some too. So he's an individual. Don't want him just to be there by himself. There we go, a little highlight here and there. And helps give him a little character. And let's go back to this first tree, this big one right here. These limbs need a little highlight too. See, just touch. Just touch. Think where the light's going to strike. Just like so. Now maybe over here, maybe there's there, just a little bit on that limb. There's a little right there. A little there. Right there. Just touch. So fan brushes will do fantastic things if you give them a chance. I'll tell you what, let's take our script liner brush and go right into some of this brown. Turn the brush, turn it. That brings it to a nice sharp point. There. Okay, let's go up here. And maybe, yep. Maybe there's a little stick that lives right out there. Just like so. And you just put him some little arms on. Let the brush bounce around and play and have fun. Just let it go. Let it go. And you can make all kinds of little things like this. They exist. They're always out there, little limbs and sticks, and it makes your painting a little more interesting. You know, and if you're out here selling paintings, if they look a little more interesting, then you're going to look a little more interesting when you go to bank. There. Just a few little twigs and sticks. Let these things just happen. Thin paint will stick to thick paint, so here I'm using a very thin paint, almost like water. I've got a lot of paint thinner in it. And you can just make all kinds of beautiful little things happen. Alrighty. There comes a time when a painting's finished and you ought to stop piddling with it. And that's about where I'm at right now. So I think I'll clean up my little liner brush. We'll use some thin oil and go right into my permanent red. Turn that brush once again. Bring it to a nice sharp point and see how thin the paint is. It's almost like a liquid. It's almost like a liquid. Okay, let's go right up here and let's sign this one right here and we'll call it finished. And I really hope you've enjoyed this one. This is a beautiful painting. Do nice things to your heart, bring some joy into your life. So from all of us here, we'd like to wish you happy painting. God bless. We'll see you next week.